Welcome back to the Kinsman Arena here in Saskatoon for U13, U15 Provincials. Right now we got a bronze medal matchup between the U13 South Saskatchewan Stealth and the Saskatoon SWAT. Both teams battled hard in their previous games, and so should be a good one off the bat. Both teams evenly matched as well. Looking for them to play hard, empty the tank for that bronze medal match. Their final game of the season here in Provincials. So up the floor goes Beckett Bean. Spinning off some checks. He'll handle it to Beliniak. Pass goes awry. And so in the corner now, Stealth have it. They'll work down the floor. You'll hear the SWAT bench saying shooter. One of the key offensive players for the Stealth here. Grischuk, long sub shot, good stop. Kyler Ooms. Running up the floor now, dodging a number of slashes is Benalak. He'll flip, stay on offense. Ball bouncing in the center of the floor there. Through the crease, and so it'll be a Stealth possession here. SWAT players running all the way back to play some defense, so some tired legs. Had a game prior for both these teams. 2 games in a single day is a lot. You give it all you got in the first game, you empty the tank, and then you get slashed up. A couple hours later, you suit up again and give it all you got the second game. So we'll see how these teams do coming up versus each other. Trail check, good trail check. So up the floor now. The other way is the Stealth jump shot. Doesn't go. And so Saskatoon SWAT make their way up the floor. Dax Deck with some speed. Dax Deck played a key role last game for the SWAT. Delayed penalty now for the Stealth. And so first power play of this game. Penalty going to the Stealth. SWAT will be up on the man advantage here. Looking like a tripping call. We'll just make sure from the officials here. Very much so a trip. And so 2-minute penalty. SWAT looking to score early. Would have liked more goals in their previous contest. And of course, always nice to go up early in a game here. So setting cross screens both ways on the floor, looking for a shot around the screen. Just off a player's back there, it was blocked. Looking to set up the power play here. Time now to swing that ball. Get a shot off if they can. Long shot. Misses the net wide. SWAT looking to change here. Put some pressure on as the Stealth clear it. So up the floor. Clearing that ball. Peyton Pinnell. Getting in the corner, turning back. Pinnell spinning 2 SWAT defenders on her. Thrown to the ground there. And so ball going down the floor. Just a battle currently between both teams. Both teams fighting hard to get possession. Big hit close to the boards. Number of big hits over and back. Here's Deck. Dax Deck. Getting a number of checks, lays the body. Now up top. Good sidearm rip. Pilon had the lone goal. Last contest for the SWAT. Very much a shooter for this team. And just end to end, the ball goes. 14 seconds still on this power play. Ball down low. 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the power play. Big shot. 5-hole save. Rebound. No dice. So successful penalty kill now for the Stealth. Both teams battling for the ball. Stealth has got to clear it within time here. Couple of picks. Clark Alexander does so. Alexander had a hat trick in his last contest, so watch for him offensively in this game. Down low, left alone in the crease. Great stop. Ohms just last minute threw up that hand. Looking for the righties now. That was Lee Brown, couldn't handle. Stealth retained possession. Long shot from the opposite side of the floor. Swatter off to the races. Potential 2-on-1. Picked up. 2-on-1 pass. Deck. Back. Shot. Good look. Back and forth, back and forth. Long shot as well. So that was Dax Det and Aiden Pedersen. Big hit on the floor. SWAT wanted a call, didn't get one. Looking to change to defense now. Solo and with some speed, Lee Brown. Brown's known to beat his defenders under and get a good opportunity at the net. Off-ball push. So Brown will pass now. Clark Alexander, the two offensive threats, main offensive threats for the Stealth team. Dodges one, gets a shot on. Soaked up by Ohms. Looking for an outlet now, needing to clear that ball. Pressure by Clark Alexander. Deck evades some checks. Trail check now. Sawyer Noga. And thrown accidentally into the SWAT stick. It's Theodore Watts. Watts played hard in that last contest. Winding, big long shot. Good shot too. And that's a goal. Big long shot, Desmond Ford. And from what I'm told, number 2 for the SWAT. I'll have to check my game sheet and get back on that one. Either way, off the rebound. Picked up the garbage, put it in the back of the net. SWAT take the lead 1-0 in the first period. Good ball movement for the SWAT here. There's Deck. Working his way in. Pardon me, that was Beckett Bean. Chasing down that ball. Corelli now is the SWAT. A turnover in their offensive zone and a shot. Looking for an outlet and a missed pass. SWAT retained possession here. Long shot. Off the chest protector, off the helmet, and I think on the crossbar. Interesting sequence of plays there. Wide open man on the floor was Brock Dundar, but check on the back there. Will be a delayed penalty on the floor. So definitely understand the rationale on that one too. Left wide open, and yeah, so that'll be Joey Arson serving. Definitely understand the rationale, wide open player. But pretty obvious call for the officials there. Second SWAT power play of the evening, of the afternoon, pardon me. Number of picks on that top defender. Long shot goes into Hansen's padding and looked like up and in. Was kept out, and Hansen's sliding stop played really, really great in the previous game. And so down the floor we go. Individual effort, equally good stop, Ohms. Ohms, as mentioned in their prior contest in the commentary, smaller defender, but plays their angles well, reacting well. See a long, long shot there. So SWAT are still man up. 1 minute still left on the power play here. Long shot blocked. Theodore Watts will just pick it up again. Couple options up top. There's a long shot off the pipe. Good sidearm rip. Pilon, key shooter here for U13 SWAT. And so Stealth picking that ball up deep in the SWAT's end, their defensive end. Hammered to the ground though. So behind the net is the SWAT. It's Pilon that will handle. He'll flip. Desmond Ford now carries. Still man up. Be 5-on-5 in 4 or 3 seconds here. Needs a shot, but look for this Stealth player to send one off the bench and up. Make it potential 3-on-2 situation. Bounce pass. What a find. Just missed. Short side top corner. Great find on that bounce pass. Connecting with Clark Alexander. Here come the SWAT. Dodging a couple checks. Long shot. Beckett Bean. Save handled by Hansen. So shots currently 14 for SWAT, 5 for the Stealth. SWAT up 1 goal here in the first period. Defensive pressure coming quick on Jack Horry. Missed the net though, and it'll go in SWAT's favor. Man, wide open. Sub shot. Brock Dadar. SWAT getting some personnel, new personnel on the floor, 3-man change. Watson's going to stay, likewise with Alexander. Defense in a hard pick set by Joey Arson. Joey Arson open, calling for that ball. Likewise, couple men open, just going to lay down the shoulder and take a shot. Alexander. Would like to see Alexander look for a pass on that one. Two offensive teammates open. Nonetheless, down the floor, the SWAT go, hammered into the boards. With it now is Omen Emberley. Some collision on the floor. Stealth ball. 3 minutes left in this first period. Looking for a long shot. And Brock Dudbar got his stick in the mix and resulted in that ball just coming off wrong and into the net here. And so SWAT getting all 5 offensive players on the floor. Change of possession here, looking for an outlet. Baumgardner tracking down that ball against the boards there. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first period. Walking in, winding, shooting. Didn't catch any of the nets, so the ball will bounce and SWAT will retain possession. Big bull dodge, big defensive cross checks. Hard defensive pressure, gets a hard pick, and it's called a moving pick. B stealth ball. Change of possession, just under 2 minutes here in the first spin move. It's been at Baumgardner. Back and forth action here in the first. Lots of transition opportunities, pretty hard hitting hits as you see there. That one certainly illegal. And so 2 minutes served here for the SWAT. That's Ewan Dunlap, big hit against the boards, so obvious call for the officials, making sure all the players stay safe out there. That's #1 priority. So we're going to look at the South's power play here. Passing and catching, wheeling up top, big hard check. And so backing in. Just working on that floor awareness. SWAT moving that, Stealth moving that ball well. Low angle shot, Ohms up to the task on that save. Stealth finds a man wide open, far side. Had a lot of net showing, and Watson didn't miss by much. Key 3 players for the Stealth, that's James Watson, Lee Brown, as you saw, number 12, Clark Alexander, 22, so 2 goals, 3 goals respectively. Hammer to the ground. Minute left in this power play. SWAT looking to clear it. Big hit. Down the floor. 10-second violation. So credits to the Stealth power play team to put pressure on that. Of course, it's so hard to clear that ball when you're a man down. Really is a whole, penalty kill unit effort. And so especially in U13, very much a skill that these players are learning and growing in. Good hard defense. Does finally get a pick, though. Alexander was looking for one and did get one, spinning and trying to evade his defender to get a shot. At the end of the first, though, score is 1-0. Still a 22-second penalty, so Stealth will go up, man-up advantage as we go into the second period. Stay tuned, more lacrosse on the way for this bronze medal match. Back for the second period here. Stealth will start the period, man up. Advantage, 1 goal on the board. So close game going into the second here. Number of key players for the Stealth. They seem to have a big 3 setup. Lee Brown, number 12. James Watson, number 15. Number 22, Clark Alexander. Players to watch for the SWAT. Luca Pilon, Theodore Watts. Well-balanced defensive team as well, so. Battling for that ball now is the captain, Cooper Bettis. Told me he's got his girlfriend watching at home, so I thought I'd give her a shout out. Supporting your boyfriend play lacrosse. Playing that point in that power play position. And a shot too. Ends up going in. It's Roman Quigley, if I'm not wrong. And so just as that man was released from the penalty box, the Stealth were able to capitalize on an opportunity there just in time. Tie the game 1-1. So tie game here, both teams battling for that bronze medal, battling now for the ball. Handled, Cooper Bettis will hand it off. Good feed, close shot. Off the post and out, which means a SWAT reset and a fresh 30-second shot clock. Has a man up top in Desmond Ford. Ford thinking, passing. Long shot there. Watts. And so I know during that first game, it really looked like this U13 SWAT team had run out of some fuel there, especially towards the end. It was clear they had some tired legs, and it was clear they run into some injury problems. And from the second game, what I'm seeing is they're coming out with a ton more energy, and they're playing hard. So they would have rested and stretched, got some nutrients in between the breaks. In the break, and they're playing really hard and really well here. Turnover up top. Watts is going to take a run at it. Him and the goalie goes 5-hole. Gobbled up by Hansen. Good stop, Hansen. Hansen played very well in his last contest. Agile and plays his position well. 13 minutes left to go in the second period here. Long shot off the boards. Has a man streaking, 2 men down the floor. Good connection. Great pass. Great catch. That's Pilon to generate a shot. In the corner now. Picked up by the SWAT. 7 seconds left to shoot. Good defensive effort. Just pushes man up and out before he can get a shot off. SWAT retained possession again, but a trail check there by Ethan Ong. Working to the corners, coming around, shooting was Avery Cola. There for Deck. Deck generated a good shot, but had a hard hit after Releasing the ball up the floor now for the Stealth. Bounces off the floor. Both teams fighting for that loose ball. Alexander watched by Deck. Alexander still has it. Defensive breakdown, maybe a breakdown in communication. All the way down the floor, big long pass. And bounces in the SWAT's favor. It's forward. Spinning now is Dax Deck. Long shift for him. Up top. Needs a man. SWAT need a man in that bottom righty position. Ball will bounce all the way down here. Looking for defensive change. Dax Deck still on. Long shift, so he'll get some air and play some defense. SWAT defense lining up in a home position per se and finding their matchup. Here's Alexander, the main ball carrier, and a shot. Back to Alexander, long sidearm shot, goes wide. SWAT getting pressured here. Lee Brown on that forecheck falls to the ground. Shot inside, stopped by Hansen. Hansen a second shot. Sprawling to the floor. Same thing as last contest. Hansen has the ability to make a very good first stop, and then very good subsequent shots off the rebound. Very impressive. And so spinning and shooting was Watson, but hit the face mask there of the goaltender. Change of possession here. Running down into the corner, spinning off some checks. Evading a number of other checks, running inside and getting a shot. Brock Dundar. Some rough cross-checking in the corner there off ball. Pushing and shoving. No penalties called on the floor, so Stealth will just look to move that ball up. Risky pass here for the SWAT, and Bennett's right there on the forecheck, on the pressure there. Retained by SWAT and powering through is Cooper Bettis, if I'm not wrong. Now the other way powering through Bennett, pardon me, Alexander, big shot. And my mistake, Dunlap powering through there. Bennett, long shot, misses wide. Spinning, passing, good look, right idea. Find the teammate down low, but just couldn't quite connect. Stealth will trot on defense. SWAT getting all four on the floor in their offensive zone. Still 1-1 here. Pushed and shooting as they were pushed. Is that Pilon? I'm just checking here. Nonetheless, Stealth the other way. Able to find Lee Brown. Long shot there. And so a pick here and a long shot through the SWAT defender's legs. Quigley, he's got a goal, the only goal in this game here for the Stealth. SWAT playing a zone defense per se. Working that ball around as the Stealth Shot hard off the pads. So down the floor we go, dodging a number of checks. Cooper Bettis hands it off and we'll get a change. Here's Ford. Passing to his lefties. Left open on the doorstep. Catch and shoot off the inside of the pipe and out. Quick shot, I believe, beat Bennett to the short side, but didn't beat the post. So up top now, face dodge. Spin move. Off the post. Good individual effort. That's Pilon. Here come the Stealth breakaway. Alone with the goaltender and a good trail check. Chasing down his man, Desmond Ford. All the way down the floor. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Great sequence for the SWAT. Quality shot by Watts. And there's a penalty on the floor. Drew a penalty. So we're going to look at the SWAT's power play unit here. Two minutes checking from behind. Starting the ball up top. Looking to pull ahead here is the SWAT. 5 minutes, 40 seconds here in this second period. Passing that ball around, cutting through the middle, good cut. Better stick, interception, and great save. Quite the sequence there with the interception and big save by Hansen. Hansen's going to ice that ball all the way down, forcing Avery Cola to run down. 30-second shot clock now winding down as Cola picked up that ball. And so I'd like to see the SWAT team run some picks here. Just a big long shot. Need to generate one. There's a man open on the crease. Sub shot. Hansen saw that well. Good shot though. Accurate shot. Inside. Great move for Cola. And so SWAT get possession. Another chance here on the power play. 40 seconds to go. Big long shot. Sidearm. Off the shoulder of Hansen and up and out. Long shot off the pipe, off the back of Hansen and out. Lucky bounce. Pays to be lucky. So here come the Stealth the other way. Looking for a pick, gets one. Bennett, shot. Great stop, Ohms. Robbed. Highway robbery. Bennett's showing visible frustration as he knows. That was a really, really good save. Kyler Ohms threw up the left glove, that left arm there. Absolutely robbed Bennett. Looking for his first of the game. So we're getting a slashing call here. Beck and Bean. So 6 seconds left on the Stealth penalty. Technically 4-4 for 6 seconds. They'll hold it and then get a fifth man out on the floor and run a proper power play. So here they go. Watson's released from the box. Working their power play unit now. Big picks and big collisions on Bennett. Need to run that ball up the floor. Number of Stealth players Good individual effort, though. Spinning, big hit. Big hit. I hope he's okay. That's a big hit by Quingley, by the big body of Quingley. Jake Beleniak, and I know the game prior, SWAT ran into some injury problems. South is a pretty hard-hitting team, and they got some bigger guys on that team too. So, looking like they just winded Beleniak, just a hit shoulder to chest. It's hard to transition that ball out of a penalty kill. You have 4 players on the team trying to help you, and 5 offensive players collapsing on you. And almost always it results in somebody having to beat a man one-on-one. So South run a play here behind the net. Holmes read that well, just sunk deep into that net. Stop an opportunity. Minute left, minute 12 left on that power play. 3 minutes on the second period. Long shot, Bennett. He'll score his first of the game. Was looking for that far side all night long and finds it there. Ball runs through Bennett, and he'll cash out. Power play goal makes it 2-1 Stealth. Draw one nicely there by Cooper Bettis. Hands off. Sinchuk handling, getting that ball to left. He's a lot of room on that floor for a big long shot. A good shot too by Dundar, but up to the task is Hansen. Still man up is the Stealth. Ton of speed, spinning, diving to the floor. Ethan Ong was taken down there. Still trying to track it down. Potential break for the SWAT. Has a man with him, finds him inside. And Hansen just drops down to his knees. So cool, calm, collected, composed, if you will. He's playing great in this tournament. Big hits along the boards there. As a Stealth player falls to the ground, some exchanging cross checks. So shots 30-17. Actually favoring the SWAT. But effective shooters are the Stealth. That's number 12, Lee Brown. He'll get his first of the game, the third for the Stealth. Goals now 1 to Roman Quigley, 1 to Lee Brown, 1 to Clark Alexander. And so, as mentioned, Stealth are just able to generate higher scoring percentage shots, higher quality shots. They have 18, they've scored 3. Conversely, the SWAT 30, on 30 shots they've scored 1, so. Jack Horney will pass off. Off the post. Accurate shooters, this Stealth team. Quigley second of the game. And so SWAT will take a timeout in the second period, and sharing the wealth again in this contest for the Stealth. Quigley with his second off the pipe. just stings it there. And so offense is clicking for the Stealth. They're up 3 on the SWAT. And so both coaches giving some wise words to their players. The message very much so from the SWAT bench is, let's just do our jobs here. Let's play hard lacrosse. Let's dig deep. Stick to the game plan. So the timeout giving them a chance to reset. Move too quick on that face-off. Stealth possession. Getting checked. Good defense by Cooper Bettis. Laying the body, throwing some trail checks. Evading some pressure, jumping, shooting. Kyler Holmes up to the task. Here come the SWAT. Running through a couple men. Shot. Good stop, Hansen. Hansen does so well on stopping those breakaways. Just challenges the ball at such a good level. Outside on that crease. Doesn't bite on too many fakes and just makes timely saves. Good crease awareness. 30 seconds left in this second period. Big hit, and it's a penalty call. So tripping an unsportsmanlike call for Alexander. So Alexander will serve a 4-minute penalty. SWAT looking to capitalize here on their power play team. Of course, with 2 penalties, they're good for 2 goals. First goal would take off the first penalty. Second goal, same story. And so they score 2 on this power play opportunity. They could make it 3-4. Has a pick, waiting for a pass. Wheeling around, long shot. Doesn't go. Pilon has it, 10 seconds to shoot. Game clock winding down. Last minute save, Hansen. And so the Stealth will now start the period, the third period, man down. Stealth scoring a couple big goals there, but SWAT right on their heels. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the third period. As mentioned, going into the intermission, Saskatoon SWAT will start man up and will be man up for 3 minutes and 39 seconds. It's 2 subsequent penalties for the stealth. And so SWAT looking to win this draw and push that ball into the offensive zone. They're down by 3. Similarly, stealth looking to hold them off in this contest. Pedersen handles. Waiting for a 5th offensive player. Up top now. Getting a screen. Looking for a shot. Inside and good stop, Hansen. What a play. Hansen made a really good stop. Hansen made a really good stop, but Dax Deck was able to track down that rebound and just kind of roll it in without Hansen being able to track where the ball was. And so first power play goal for the SWAT takes that first penalty off, and then up for another power play for 2 minutes or until a goal is scored. SWAT take a shot, man up. Hansen makes a save, 5-hole. And as Stealth are looking to clear it, turned over, Dax Deck picks it up and then pushed into the crease. So change of possession, as mentioned, always so difficult for the penalty kill team to clear. Brown looking to change that. Successfully moves that ball up the floor. Pardon me, that's Watson. Brown with it now. So beats a man into the net, dodging a number of players. 4 seconds left. Looking for a shot and a reset. $50 seconds left on this power play. SWAT would love another one here. Teammates on the bench cheering their players on. Big goal, 2 big power play goals. This time coming from Avery Kola. The point position there. Just a catch and shoot through the 5-hole as Hansen steps up. So SWAT have successfully capitalized on both their power play opportunities. Effective power play so far, making it a 1-goal game. Dodging a couple checks, looking for a shot. Brock Dadar. Setting things up once again on offense. Couldn't connect on that pass. Running and shooting off Hansen, if I'm not wrong. Officials say not so much, and so they need a shot. Won't get one. Opposite side of the floor, and a tough angle shot goes to the back of the netting. Picks up his own ball. Owen Eberle swings it across. 6 seconds left to generate a shot. Goes wide. And on the run, wasn't able to get that shot on net. It'll be a 30-second shot clock violation. So SWAT within 1 here. See if they can tie it up. SWAT, as noted earlier, leading in shots. They lead 37 shots to 21 shots for the Stealth. Stealth is having higher percentage shots. Big collisions on the floor. Big collisions. It'll be Stealth ball. And so deflected there. That's Ewan Dunlap. Here comes Dunlap up the floor. Has some speed. Moves it over. It's Watts. Watts, a shifty player. Absorbs some hits there. Hammer to the ground. And so a bit of a confusion on the play there, but it'll be SWAT ball and a fresh 30. Long shot, short side. Caught some of Hansen's pad there, and Bennett playing incredibly aggressive. Surely no part of that, room for that in this game. Prior, he got a penalty and an unsportsmanlike call. So, officials doing a very good job controlling this game. 5 minute for boarding. SWAT player still injured on the floor. Again, there's no place for that in this game. It's a late hit. It's by the boards. If Alexander wants to beat the SWAT team, he can do it by putting the ball in the net and hitting clean. Got a penalty prior and an unsportsmanlike contact, and now this. And so don't want to be hard on Alexander, but really it's not how the game's played. And so hopefully SWAT player's okay there. He's up on his feet. I'd really like to not see any of that ongoing in this game here, especially at U13. We're here to learn. We're here to play hard. We're here to win a provincial medal, but we're certainly not here to play aggressive like that, unclean, and take penalties like that. So, time and a place to play aggressive. Time and a place to play clean. Some things just don't have time and a place. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents there, maybe more than 2 cents. But, he'll serve a 5-minute penalty. So SWAT scored 2 goals off their 2 power play opportunities last time. This time they have a 5-minute penalty. If I'm not wrong, it's 3 goals until the man is released from the box. It could be 2 depending on the nature of the penalty. The man would still serve in the box for the remainder of the 5 minutes. Moving that ball. Shot goes wide. 10 minutes left in the second period. Walking in 10 seconds. Spinning around a check, spinning around another check. And the shot. How are you now? Pelon as a response. And so that'll give some more energy to the Saskatoon SWAT as they tie up the game 4-4. And so SWAT's power play extremely effective, incredibly effective. Last 3 power plays and ongoing, I suppose, into this power play as well. 3 for 3. And so 3 of their 4 goals have come in a power play opportunity. Looking for a change here. Trying to get set up in that power play position. SWAT are doing a very good job getting their rebounds too. A lot of their goals have been off rebounds and shots like this off the boards. That one bounced off the boards and on the top of the crossbar. Back the other way, just iced it, and we'll give it back to Kola. He's got a goal this contest. Being watched carefully by the Stealth penalty kill unit. 5-hole attempt. Hansen's there, and we'll just fire it all the way down. Opportunity for a shot from the SWAT again up top. Pilon, good stop, Hansen. Another opportunity, huge stop. I don't know how Hansen saw that. Threw up the shoulder. Really strong U13 goaltender. Not only making the initial stop, but so many subsequent shots on those rebounds. Still 2 minutes, 45 seconds long. Crank. Wind in the sails for the SWAT. And so that'll be Ford's first goal of this game. And all of a sudden, SWAT are up. So I am correct. Well, my initial guess was 3 goals. It is 2 goals. Now it's even 5-on-5. Based on the nature of the penalty, though, it'll still be served until the 5 minutes is up. And so 2 minutes. So Alexander sits for 2 minutes, 41 seconds in the bench. And so very much even 5-on-5. There's a stipulation with 5-minute penalties. And so depending again on the nature of the penalty, 2 goals, it goes even 5-on-5. But the nature of the penalty in this case means that it's still 5-on-5, but Bennett still has to serve. Sometimes 2 goals and the infraction, the player that committed the infraction is released, but not in this case. Outlet pass, coming hard to pressure his man, and fresh off a goal, Desmond Ford. Here comes the Stealth. And so 7 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the second. It's been, feels like a very eventful second period. Firing that ball down, almost connected there with Ford. Ford does pick it up though. So loose ball. Stealth and SWAT fighting for it. Stealth gained possession. Crosses his defender up now, running up the floor. Ball's loose, picked up by Watts. Watts looks ahead. And after the pass, contact. Big shots for a U13 game. Pretty rough contest. So SWAT bench screaming for a cut opportunity. Big pick by the goaltender. Moves that ball up the floor. Both teams fighting for a bronze medal. Fighting hard. Big shot. Saw well by Ohms. Crowd's fired up. All the way down the floor. And so, a really high hit. Still has the ball. So, Brown had the ball, retained possession, but received a really high hit in the neck area. Illegal cross check. I do think referees and officials are doing a good job to control this game. High cross check though. So now Stealth will go up for 2 minutes. Running a play right off the bat. Working that ball across the floor. Has some numbers, spinning up top, great shot. That's a very nice shot. Lee Brown will score one on the man advantage. And that's a very hard shot to pull off. He's wheeling up top. He's shooting off his back foot across his momentum, and he's putting that ball short side. So very, very skilled shot, especially at a U13 level. And so of note in this game, I mean, special teams is huge. Like, teams are getting penalties, and both these teams are scoring so efficiently in these power play opportunities. And right now, it's having a big factor in the score of this game, and the game's tied 5-5. So discipline's very important in this game. And similarly, like, we're playing lacrosse here, we're playing for a medal, but we don't need any injuries or dirty hits. Like, we're playing hard, but we're playing clean as well. Up top, Desmond Ford, moving the ball well. Good shot around his screen. Hansen up to the task. Looking to move that ball up the floor. 3 SWAT defenders, but back gate. Had Joey Arson picked off though by Watts. Now hands to Ford. Ford, of course, with a goal in this contest. Pretty evenly distributed goals for the SWAT. Conversely, Lee Brown with 2 goals. Quigley with 2 goals, and Alexander with 1 goal. So more focus on individual players for the goals for the Stealth. Big hit along the boards. Trying to go the other way is the SWAT. Both teams looking to scoop it up clean. So back the other way, 2-on-1. Big hit, tripping. So another SWAT penalty. Another Stealth power play. As mentioned, very effective power play units for both these teams. We'll see if the Stealth can get another one. So pardon me, just updating my game sheet here. Down the floor, individual effort, big hard hits, and knocked that ball loose is Brown. Benelak, pardon me, trying to take that ball deep. And so 18 left on the shot clock. Alexander will play point, big long shot. Off the boards, another shot, looking for another goal. Handled by Ohms, well, down the floor, short-handed, Stealth chasing their man down. Delayed penalty on the floor now, looking like we'll go 4-4. Illegal cross-check. Illegal cross-check, 2-minute penalty. Watson will serve. 4-on-4 for a minute. 5-on-4 for a minute after that for the SWAT. SWAT will go 3 lefties on this 4-on-4 set, so an ISO to the righty. Let's try and beat his man. Long shot. Looking for a screen there, picked up. Pilon a shot off Hansen's leg pad. And so SWAT have to cover here as they are 4-on-4. Forcing Hansen to ice that ball all the way down. Here come the SWAT. 23 seconds on the shot clock. 20 seconds on the penalty. Then they'll go on the man advantage. Minute 45 seconds in what feels like a marathon of a second period. And so released from the penalty box, Desmond Ford. SWAT will pick that up. Offensive personnel will get on the floor. Room on the floor. Saw that far side so well. Such a competent save by Hansen. I mean, Ford just put that ball right where he needed to. And Hansen just shut the door so well. Another stop. I mean, it's just incredible. First, second, third stops. Players looking to track down the ball. Couldn't quite find it. Now 10 seconds left on the man advantage, so not quite the power play opportunity SWAT would want. 5-on-5 ball, 34 seconds left in this period. Hansen makes a stop off a shovel shot. Reset for the SWAT. Push, South wanted a call there, didn't get it. Brown's on his way, calls for a timeout. Nice floor awareness, nice lacrosse IQ to signal for that timeout. Likely the Stealth will go 6-on-5 here. respective offensive and defensive personnel coming back on the floor for both these teams. Interesting note, too, the Saskatoon SWAT 54 shots. So Stealth scoring 5 off quality shots, SWAT scoring 5 off just quantity. And so it will be 5-on-5 here, but safe to assume a set play going into the intermission here. Here's Bennett, just going to go around the crease. He's got 6 seconds, looking for a cutter. Can he get a shot off? He does. Good stop. Holmes. So, conclusion of the second period. So, exciting game so far. First and foremost, my apologies. The game board said second period. Very much not second period. It was a third period. That's why it probably felt like a long one. And so as you can see, the teams are tied 5-5. There was talk on whether it was a sudden death period or not, but what the rules are it's a 10-minute regular period. 10 minutes, it's not sudden death. Whoever has the most goals at the end of that 10 minutes will win the game. And so, big 10 minutes for these teams as they battle for that bronze medal. 7 seconds to shoot was Brown. Here comes the SWAT. Watts will carry it up. Hands it off to Dadar. Both teams need to stay disciplined. Crucial to not get a penalty in overtime. So here's Brown. Stealth have their big personnel on the floor. Left wide open. Up to the task and a huge timely stop. Ohms just absolutely stoned Watson, who had a ton of floor and time on that shot. Flip now to Deck. Deck trying his hand one-on-one. Gets a shot off. Collapsed on it is Hansen, ensuring no rebound. Knocked off a stick. Looked over top and just missed. So SWAT will have another shot. Short side stop by Hansen. So once again, not sudden death overtime. It's a 10-minute overtime period. Stealth have possession now. If the Stealth score, the game won't be finished. They'll just be 1-0 in this overtime period. So SWAT can respond. Went off Ohms' bottom padding there, calling for a reset. And so SWAT getting set in on this kind of home defense, this kind of zone-based defense. Got to clear that ball. Has an outlet now. Another thing to consider too, haven't talked about much in this game, but I mean, both these teams had a game earlier today. You know, this is, 10 minutes of overtime, and so fatigue has got to be a factor in this game, and we'll see how much gas these teams and these players have left in the tank. Another possession by the SWAT, not the shot they want. Both teams need to settle it and get a good offensive possession here. Not every shot's a good shot. Trickling to the center of the floor. Both teams battling for that ball. Some pushing and shoving, but shot clock violation. Stealth ball. SWAT, 57 shots. Stealth, 27. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left, overtime. Both teams working to track that ball down. Again, I mean, fatigue's got to be such a big factor in this game. Fighting for that bronze medal here at Provincials. These teams have worked hard all year long to get here. Change of possession. Off a trip. Now looking for a pass here. Finds Kola. Kola scored earlier in this game. One of the 5 goal scorers. He's going to work his way in. Flips off. Deck inside. Pardon me. That was Kola. Now teams will change. It's interesting too. During the next goal, I don't know if the fans know it's not sudden death. Here's a man streaking down the floor. Big stop, huge stop. Ohms spinning, passing, handling that ball. Shot goes in the mask of Ohms. I was going to say though too, I don't think the tons of fans, this building's going to erupt when there's the next goal, but in fact, 5 minutes left on the overtime period, not sudden victory or sudden death. So, and then of course 5-5, we'll see what happens after that, but seems like the next goal is going to likely seal the deal for both these teams. Both teams battling hard here. 4 minutes 30, breakaway. Long shot, huge stop, Ohms. Another stop, Ohms. Rise to the challenge. Both goalies playing incredible. Ohms doesn't take much of the net based on the body and the padding size, but just active, tracks that ball so well and predicts where that ball's going to go so well. Just incredible timely saves. Biggest saves of the night. 4 minutes left. Coaches hollering for their players to come back. Players just tired. And there's a delayed penalty on the floor. This could be a game changer now. Stealth is going to go up on a power play. It's going to be 6-on-5 Stealth. Big hit. So it'll be 2 penalties for the SWAT. And a long shot here. Another shot in the mask of Ohms. Slashing call and a cross-checking call, so 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. There's 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. So again, not sudden death, but with 3 minutes and 30 seconds and 2 penalties. Next goal is a big one. And Stealth have a good opportunity here. Oh, so pardon me, same player. That's Dundar with 2 penalties, a slashing and then a cross-checking. And so it's a 5-on-4. Certainly looks different than a 5-on-3 opportunity here for the SWAT and the Stealth. Looking to run a set play. Picks. Being set across the floor. 4-minute penalty. So SWAT has to score shorthanded if they want to win this game. And 4 minutes now for the Stealth to have a good offensive opportunity. Backing in the crease. Ohms has got to stand tall. And I say if the SWAT want a chance at this, they have to either break out hard, shorthanded, or they have to outlast and do the second period or a shootout successfully. Both teams playing hard. Up top, shot, bounce, off the turf. So 2 minutes, 43 seconds. These teams are going to be emptying the tank with everything they have. Time for their big players to make big plays. Running to the net shorthanded. Takes a shot. Now they got to go back and change. Ewan Dunlap. Dunlap's going to be tired. 2 minutes 20 left in this overtime period. Players catching their breaths now. 15 on the shot clock. Time for another play here. Another set play. So shot actually went off a Stealth player as he was setting a pick. Fires that ball, just ices it. Ball in possession with the Stealth. Back and forth passing. Long sidearm shot. Other way, he's got to go. Big check. Ball trickles in the SWAT's favor. Number of SWAT players surrounding. surrounding Beckett Bean. He single-handedly warding off 5 Stealth players and doing well at that. Listening to the coaches to get that ball low, so if a turnover happens, it doesn't have a fast break the other way. I mean, great effort by Beckett Bean. So shifty. Great kill. Huge effort. 56 seconds for Stealth to score and for the SWAT to hold on. Got to dig deep. Off the post. Reset. 44 seconds now. Again, that game clock will wind down faster than that penalty will be released. Up top, Shooter trips. Ohm saw that, missed the net though. 30 seconds running all the way down. Finds a man, connects. Shot on net, a short-handed effort. That's Watts. I'm just trying to see the number of the other player. Watts and Ford. So 6 seconds here. 6 seconds for a shot from the Stealth. We'll see if they can get one on net. So that's the end of the overtime period. We're still tied. The SWAT killed off a 4-minute penalty here in that period. And so is it going to be a shootout? Is it going to be another period? I will get some info and let you know shortly. Sudden death period now. So sudden death period. Still 30 seconds on that penalty. The game we have here, absolute barn burner. Biggest of the day here at Kinsman Arena, biggest I've seen in a long time. Certainly a big barn burner in a U13 matchup. Back again, incredibly exciting game between these two teams. Buildings packed, fans are roaring. Don't see an empty seat. So the building's going to erupt. Whoever scores next. 58 shots for the SWAT. 33 for the Stealth. Sudden death. It's battling for the face-off. It's a big face-off. So trapping on that face-off, change of possession. Looking to get that ball over in time and kill some clock until the man from the penalty box is released. Wisely working that ball into the corner so that if a turnover happens, the Stealth have to move that ball further up the floor, which gives allows more time for SWAT to get their defensive personnel on the floor. So first offensive possession of this sudden death period. Now 5-on-5 ball. Anybody's game. Alexander now moves it. Shot. Huge stop, Ohms. That was going straight to the back of the net. And it does seem like the Stealth have a little bit more energy than the SWAT. It just seems like they have more gas in the tank to run on the floor. And the SWAT just looking to get control of that ball, and they're just tired. They're battling for that opportunity now, though, collapsed on. Battling for that ball. Looking to change now. These players have played a very long game of lacrosse, not to mention their second game today. Giving it all they got on the floor tonight. Here's Brown handling. Big moments call for your big players to step up. Long shot. Ohms sees it well. Playing so well this third period. Playing so well these past overtime periods. Smaller, but just so agile. Sees the ball and predicts where the ball's going to go so well. Dak, can he do it? Hansen. Interesting trickling ball there. Almost 60 shots now for the SWAT. Bouncing pass. Caught well. Joey Arnson, pardon me. Shot goes awry. Need a shot. Trail check. A good one at that. So Deck handling his pressured stick is caught up in the back. Looking to move that ball. Offense for the SWAT. Digging deep, getting deep in that offensive zone. Here's Deck. Needs a pass or a pick. He's going to settle for a long shot. No shot on net. So another shot clock violation. Here's Ethan Ong. Tons of speed, individual effort. SWAT have to man up and watch that backside though, but Ong's going to try and do it himself. Caught in the stick. Ohms. Down the floor, Pilon. Dangerous play for the SWAT. He scores! The hero of the game, building erupts. Pilon so clutch for the SWAT. It's been so clutch. Ohms, a huge part of the win. Big bronze medal win for the SWAT. And they're celebrating as a team. They grinded, they worked so hard. Battled 3 periods, an overtime period. The gears on the carpet. And so absolutely incredible effort from both these teams. Stealth hanging their heads, well, understandably so, but not rightly so. They battled so hard. Hansen played incredible. The SWAT have some incredible offensive players: Brown, Watson, Alexander, Quigley, good defensive core. And so I would be so proud if I was a Stealth player. Hansen is incredible, U13 goalie. Just a great, great U13 game. Can't remember the last time I watched a U13 game as entertaining as this one. And so players will shake hands now. We'll present medals coming up. A lot of respect from these players playing the game of lacrosse here. Goalies exchanging words, mutual respect. It's nice sportsmanship on the floor too. All the SWAT players congratulating Hansen. So medal ceremony here. Again, really, really nice. The SWAT players congratulating Hansen, telling him to not hang his head, saying how well he did, stopping nearly 60 shots. So I'm with Kyler Ohms here, key contributing factor for the SWAT's win over the Stealth. Back and forth game, and you came out with a win after an overtime period, second overtime period. How much does it mean to you to win that, and how does it feel to be a big part of that?
It feels really good, and just we got lucky with this team this year, and I couldn't ask for a better team.
Yeah, big team contribution there. You played incredible, and my impression when you were playing was that you got more clutch the higher the pressure went. It's a very good skill for a goalie. Is there something you did to focus? Is there something that went through your head? What goes through your head in those high pressure moments?
Uh, I just try not to think about it as much as like a bad opportunity. I just think about the highs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, very good. Congratulations on the huge win. Really hard fought battle. Go celebrate with your team. Thank you.